Okay, welcome to the Trade, Travel, and Tourism Committee. Today is Tuesday, August 7th. I'm Chairman, Councilmember Buscaino, and I'm joined by Mr. Bond, and Mr. Krikorian will soon join us. So let's get to the comment portion of the agenda. Let's first bring up Wayne. You'll have 3 minutes, 2 minutes on the agenda items, and 1 minute on general public.
Good, very good. Now, I note for the record that the slob not wearing a fucking tie again.
Stick to the items. That's
well,
your,
I know,
that's your final warning.
No,
Stick to the items.
You dress very well. This fool to look like shit. Now, we get there.
Okay, he's forfeited his time. Thank you very much.
What the fuck is that?
You are now causing problems here at the meeting. You're disrupting the meeting. You weren't sticking to the items. Okay, please, can you show him to the door, please? Thank you very much.
You said I need to get my general public comment.
All right, next is Herman. You have 2 minutes of items on the agenda and 1 minute of general. Herman, you're up. Please note that he continues to disrupt this meeting. So you guys know the program. So Herman, you got 3 minutes, 2 minutes on the agenda items, and 1 general public. Stick to the items, otherwise you'll be asked to leave as well. Start this clock.
Well, everybody, we hear that Hertz Corporation has been relocated out of the LA terminal called International Airport. I wonder why. Is it because Hertz deals with Hertzberg Corporation, or is this simply an item not to talk about, since all Articles 3 class are unconstitutional because dumb niggas like you have no community impact fucking statement, nigga? Then I go to the other item on the agenda. Item 7, for example, CD1, nigga, with Forever 21. Well, what the fuck is Forever 21 Logistics under LLC? Because in the state of California, bar license 1155953 is inactive because the dumb nigga can't pay for his fucking fees. So is Forever 21 compromised or compromising to buy a building or lease the motherfucker off of North Mission? I know where that fucking building's at. That's right there off of North Soda Street, where I grew up with all those fucking wetbacks. But there's an exemption. It requires Article 3 again. Class 114. Is that for a CD14? I don't fucking know. But the motherfuckers from Los Angeles, once again, community impact statement, none fucking submitted. Then I go over here to CD15 regarding the dumb niggas. Dumb niggas are asking for a clean truck program. Well, we all know what admissions do to the air. They just fuck up, pollute, and just make everything seem smogged out.
General public comment now? General public comment.
What fucking general public comment? It ain't my fault that goddamn stupid-ass goat man walks in late. It ain't my fault bar license 1155953 fucking fool fat-ass wife can't pay her dues to help the man pay for his fucking bar license. So if you look it up, Mr. Martin Paul Krikorian has an inactive license, and the dumb nigga calls himself an attorney. Well, I'm authorizing no tariff, no fucking Port of Los Angeles truck registry in whatever capacity. Because we got a white nigga liar, Armenian, saying he's a fucking lawyer, and he's doing all these port exemptions in order to protect the padding of their fucking wallets. Fuck you, Paul Martin Krikorian.
Time's up. Your time's up. All right. So with that, colleagues, so I can direct, just for the record, we have Mr. Krikorian that just joined us. I can direct your attention to today's agenda. We will hold on the table item number 1, and on consent take 2, to 12, unless any of the colleagues want to hold the following items on consent: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hearing none, no objection, we will approve on consent items 2 through 12 and send those to council.
Council members, good afternoon. John White, City Clerk. Item 11 has a CAO report that was submitted after the publication of the agenda. Do you wish to approve that as part of your actions today?
We'll approve item 11, yes, as amended
Thank
with the CAO report. Thank you. Okay, let's now take item number 1. If you can read that into the record, please.
Sir. Item 1, Board of Harbor Commissioners and CAO reports relative to Resolution Number 188313, authorizing proposed permanent order number 187240 and ordinance amending Port of Los Angeles Tariff Number 4, Section 20, to require all trucks entering the Port of Los Angeles drayage truck registry to be model year 2014 or newer after October 1st, 2018, for the implementation of the first round of the Clean Truck Program provisions and related environmental finding.
Thank you, Mr. White. Mr. Cannon, floor is yours. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Councilmember Buscaino, Bonin, and Krikorian. I'm here to present an amendment to our tariff. In carrying out the Clean Air Action Plan, one of our first Clean Truck Program items was to make a modification to our tariff, and its purpose is to, starting October 1st, make sure that any new trucks that enter into our drayage truck registry have to meet model year 2014 standards. The reason we did that was three things, really. In 2014, the Department of Transportation, the Federal Department of Transportation, required new efficiency standards for trucks, and so they actually are more efficient. They get better fuel mileage, gas mileage, and so they operate better, which we believe will help reduce the carbon footprint of those vehicles. There's also a new onboard diagnostic requirement. It's updated, so it allows us to better track maintenance, compliance with maintenance standards, and also starting in that year, it's the first year we were able to confirm that all engines meet model year 2010 standards. So this is a promise that was made in our Clean Air Action Plan update in last fall. There are some other minor cleanups and clarifications to the tariff that I won't go through here unless you would like to ask any questions about them. But basically, that's what we've done.
This is one of several proposals and ordinances that will be coming to us as we march towards a cleaner port, zero emissions port. I appreciate the leadership from the port and the mayor's office. I know this committee held a special meeting at the port about the wages and workers of the port truck drivers, and we heard firsthand the stories of drivers being forced into unfair payback agreements with their employees, which forces them to pay for the clean trucks that the port requires. So what steps are the ports taking to ensure that these updated clean trucks requirements will not further exacerbate the program and place even more burden on the truck drivers?
We're very aware of the some of the problems that occurred in leasing the trucks to the drivers, and we've certainly listened and felt terrible about some of the complaints and some of the concerns that have been raised by the drivers. So we're in the process of actually working to make sure that any port money that we give out can be conditioned to make sure that it is not used in the way that it is used in the past. We actually, interesting that you ask, we had a meeting just yesterday with a group of truck financing companies. All of the major truck OEMs have their own financing arms. We actually met with them and brought this to their attention and told them that we wanted to make sure that whatever happened, first of all, trucks can go straight to drivers if they so choose to do, and that they do so in a way that is fair and reasonable. And so we've just begun those discussions. Those will occur over the next few months, but certainly we will be reporting to you as we get closer
The
to
program,
any kind of grant
what you
programs.
said, will begin this October?
This particular program that I'm bringing to you today is a modification to our tariff that will begin as of October 1st.
And
But there
what's
are ongoing clean truck program items that will occur over
Sure.
the coming months.
And what's the port doing to promote, market this program, this clean truck program?
All of the, this particular item will be, we've already begun to have outreach to all of the trucking companies and truck drivers. We have a drag truck registry, and so we were able to send out through that, when we call it an e-blast. We send out to all of them, all the trucking companies and all the drivers, so they'll be aware of this. We're also, frankly, beginning to talk to some of the people that sell trucks so that they're aware that they can no longer sell new trucks or trucks that would be taken into our drayage truck registry that are pre-2014 model year. So that's also part of the discussion we had yesterday was with those OEMs as well with that.
Appreciate that. So ARB, they regulate mobile sources and find ways to incentivize trucks and pollute those who pollute. What are we doing in working with ARB to incentivize and find those dollars to get to the ground level to get these cleaner trucks in and out of our port complex?
Well, ARB and other state agencies, the California Energy Commission, and even the AQMD have been very good partners with us to help find ways to incentivize, first of all, the cleanest technologies. You mentioned earlier the movement toward zero emissions. We're working very, very closely with those agencies to begin to test and eventually deploy zero emission technologies. We've got, as you know, the Pasha terminal. We've got the Evergreen, Everport terminal, and upcoming grants that we're working on. I can't talk about with some of the new OEMs because they're things that are being proposed, but our hope is with the partnership of ARB and other state and local agencies to set up a network of infrastructure as well as zero emission equipment that can operate through Southern California. And actually, Councilmember, our hope is that this equipment can operate from Southern California and up into the Central Valley and up along the Central Coast. We've been partnering with the Port of Hueneme to try and create pathways, green pathways that move to and from. So we're not just focusing on our immediate area. We're actually working with the Air Resources Board and others to really rethink how cargo is moved throughout California. So they've been great partners.
We'll have to do that with our ships, too.
Yes, sir.
They
As
launch
you know,
it.
the AQMD is working on a ship incentive program. We've agreed to work with them,
Yep.
and I think they're planning to head over to China here in another 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so actually
This
about a
month.
week.
Right.
Yeah, and so this is something that we've already had meetings. Our executive director has met with Wayne Nastri and Mario Cordero, and the three of them have had conversations, and we're certainly willing to work with them on these programs.
And the zero emission trucks that AQMD recently approved, I believe a dozen or two are
This
going.
is the, I think you're talking about the
drayage.
Daimler.
Yes.
Is the Daimler program? Yes, we're actually partners with AQMD on that program. They've asked us to contribute money, so we're going to have to go to our Board of Harbor Commissioners to ask.
Yeah.
But we certainly have committed to do that and look forward to working with them on Daimler. We
Appreciate
think that
that.
Daimler is a very important.
These are the right steps to take in order to continue to reduce our emissions and march our way towards a zero emissions port. So what's next, Chris? What's the next steps after this ordinance? What's next to come?
So 2 things that we're doing right now. We're doing a feasibility study. So its purpose is to really assess the state of the marketplace for zero and near zero emissions. As you know, Councilmember, the near zero emission technologies have been something that the AQMD has been pushing to meet near-term air quality goals. So we're doing a study with a number of experts in the industry right now. Where does the marketplace stand with that type of equipment for zero and near zero emissions, and not just for on-road equipment, but also for the cargo handling, the off-road equipment? Where does it stand, and how close are we to moving toward actual implementation? And so we're going to publish that to allow the public and obviously you and your colleagues to, in your oversight role, to see where we stand and how far we see before this technology can be implemented. We're going to do those studies every 2 to 3 years. So we're going to keep looking at the state of the industry, keep talking about where we stand and how we're moving towards zero emissions. By publicizing that, we think that the equipment manufacturers will realize, I'm going to...
Motivated, right?
Yes, they're going to be motivated because it's going to be told. So that's the first thing we're doing. The second thing, Councilmember, is a rate study. I know that the AQMD, which is a group that has been very focused on we did a rate for the clean truck program. Anytime that trucks didn't meet the actual standards set last time or levels set last time, they were charged a fee. It was actually the cargo owners were charged a fee. It worked great, and it actually helped to transform the fleet. We proposed as part of our clean truck program this time to have another fee. Circumstances are very different than last time, so we've had to go out and we're going to do a study to look at the marketplace again. We're hiring an economist this time to look at things like cargo diversion, the ability of the trucking community to handle fees, the cargo owners themselves to handle fees. We also have to figure out how we would collect such a fee. This is just getting started. We will be probably reporting to you on this in the fall as to where we stand, just sort of progress. But our hope is to have the actual study complete in the second quarter of 2019. So we're just getting going. But that fee will then go into effect in 2020. So it sounds like a long time away, but it's really not. But by the time we get all that stuff in place and then give a little bit of notice to the trucking community, it's right around the corner.
Thank
So
you for
those are
that.
the next steps.
Colleagues, any questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll, without objection, we'll approve item 1 and send that to council.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cannon. Okay. So no other comment cards, public comment? Seeing none, that was the last item, so we are now adjourned. Thank you very much.